Yeah, I'm done with these Gestapo community tactics. If people don't want to speak with me, their prerogative. You can't cook someone. You can't hit them with the same weapons that the diplomats in China and Cuba were hit with for periods of time and think that, hey, that's okay. He's a regular schmuck. Nobody gives a shit. Well, one, I'm a human being with constitutional rights. Period. I should not be subject to high EMF radiation, frequencies, radio frequencies, any kind of frequencies. I should not be subject to people lurking in the bushes, because that goes against, the privacy laws. That goes against the, hacking into my phone. That goes against, the cybersecurity part, the passcodes and security for your emails, any kind of computer linked accounts that you might have, that you might access through your phone. Now, it's not like I talk about anything that's illegal on my phone, so I shouldn't have anybody connected to my phone unless they were there maliciously trying to steal information, for which is a federal crime. Everything from somebody, entering your area, whether the door was unlocked or not, it's still technically breaking and entering. Even if the door's unlocked, it's breaking and entering. Especially if it's not your area, not your house, not your space. Just flat out don't belong in the area. So regardless, at least I can say, even if her kids hate me for it, her life was extended because I had a gut feeling. I don't care if anybody notices. Put that man up there. She didn't deserve the way she was found. She had nobody to look out for her. The cleaning company would have put the card in the door and left. See, people change and people don't understand that. You repent, you start to believe in heaven and hell, you start to, it's almost like when you're graduating high school and you're like, what do I want to do for a career? Well, when you start to learn about the Bible, you're like, well, wait a minute, I don't want to go to hell. You want to go to heaven. So that's almost like going to college. Because you don't want to go down there and be tormented day and night. All the stories sound the same. Your flesh is burnt off. It grows back. It burns off again. It grows back. There's maggots. It's hell. But it's severely crippling when you have electronic or frequency weapons that hinder you constantly, to where a doctor has to ask me if I've ever had brain injuries. It's like people don't understand, like, I mean, it's kind of karmic, like, you know, everybody pushes me away from my seat here that normally I'd be sitting in, and supposedly the neighbor on this side of the house, the opposite side, his truck gets ransacked or something. I mean, that's kind of messed up, but it's kind of karmic, because if I wasn't pushed in, I would have been sitting here. I would have heard noise, because, you know, I hear very well. I would have heard noise. I would have gotten up. And his stuff wouldn't have, just wouldn't happen. But I'm done being fried. I'm done being hit. If everybody wants to see the Truman Show through, you know, through a camera pointing at me, we can show the Truman Show from my eye, from, you know, my point of view, my eye view. I don't appreciate being cooked, fried, toes turned purple, brain trauma. Hell, I ain't even been able to sleep in a comfortable position for, let's see, January, February, no, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 10 months. Haven't watched TV. 10 months. So if I'm not watching TV and I'm not being able to, you know, have peace and quiet and sleep comfortably in my bed without being damn near accosted every night. To the point to where it's people from out of state coming and walking down this driveway. Like, come on. Let's get serious. So we can see the world through my eyes. We can all take polygraph tests. Because I want to know how my stroke and seizure came on, and I want to know how my wife's heart stopped. That's for damn sure, because, my daughter was only 17 months old when her mother passed. And if another human being made it stop, that's capital murder. I mean, she was alright at 5 o'clock when she got up. When the kids got picked up, she was alright. Ate dinner. The whole nine. But all of a sudden, we go to bed, and I get back out of bed because, I want to watch TV for an hour and a half longer. I felt a little selfish of myself. And then I took it extremely hard because she was able to call a paramedic for me when I had a stroke and a seizure and got me to a hospital. But, I find her and she's already gone. So I had to carry that burden around. I shouldn't have had to carry that burden. Everybody tells me that's not my burden to carry. But, not being able to return that favor was my burden. The fact that I'm here right now, and the only medicine that I take is what the doctor has put me on. Well, hell, I wish she was here to see that. I wish she was here to see her almost 8-year-old daughter. So, we can go to district court, superior court, circuit court. I don't care what court it is. We can ask tons and tons of questions. The biggest one is I want to know how my wife's heart stopped. Something's burning. Now, I mean, since you don't get an accurate diagnosis at the hospital, you get no real help anywhere else. My daughter and me were told at one point or another to move. So I found an apartment. I'm just waiting on the dude to get out of it. I'd already be gone out of this house and into the apartment if the other dude would have accepted help packing. He went to do it all himself. It's a little questionable on why he wanted to do it all himself, but I guess he's independent or something. I don't know. tired of being hit in the ribs, lungs, heart. I mean, technically, the worst one was the eyeball, the throat, and the heart. 2 you could wash away with acidy Coke or Pepsi or something, but the other one, one could be washed away with cold water, but the other one, I had to go to the hospital for. They took tubes and tubes of blood. I mean, no. I don't even remember what, see? Can't even speak right. Starting to stutter and whatnot. Like there's holes been eaten in my brain, like I've been eating ecstasy or something. Because when you eat ecstasy, it eats holes in your brain. And I ain't touched that. I don't remember the last time I got peace, quiet, and seclusion to watch videos or to lay down and not be bothered. To go out and not be mobbed. I have no clue what that sound was, but that was wild. And I know the phone picked it up. But you know, I feel proud. I go to church. Been there for a minute. I can quote out of the Bible. And I can quote law. My nose is already clean. But it's just a good thing, you know, when you're able to start quoting law and you have no clue on the basis of what law really is until you start diving into it and, you know, understanding it. I still smell rubber bait cooking. I like to know when the last time somebody else did actual good deeds. Because I bet there ain't one person out there that can tell me, other than probably a targeted person, that has done good deeds. You got hypocrites in church. You got hypocrites on the street. And you got neighborhood watchdog mercenaries ready to use military and police scale handheld weapons to demobilize a person, to slowly kill them over time with radiation, cancer, loss of limb, loss of sight, heart attack, stroke, brain hemorrhage. So any of them things happen to me, liability is always on the homeowner that I, stay with. Whether it be here, the apartment, that liability floats with me. Just like my insurance does. It floats with me. If I've named something and I die from that, well, homeowner's responsible. I died on their property. It's like when you're shoveling snow. If you don't shovel your snow in front of your house and somebody slips and falls, they can sue you. Same premises. Every human being has rights. Not one person on the planet can take away someone's rights. But my rights have been stripped a long time ago.